feeling lazy, extremely unmotivated, and you love snacking and can't stop, and you still want to look and feel slim? Here are my 3 best tips. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm sure all of you have thought about what a nice world this would be if we can all look slim without having to exercise or diet, because personally I just really hate dieting, and I just really hate exercising, and I hate feeling really guilty for, you know, eating all the yummy food I like to eat. Yeah, and also because I have no self-control, I just don't ever exercise or diet. And yet, despite all of that, if you look at my Instagram page or something, you would think that actually I am pretty slim. And so today, I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to have a killer body on the internet with no dieting or exercising required. Remember to stay all the way to the end for an unexpected surprise. Number 3. Posing is an art. I'm not really like a model or anything, but I do take a lot of photos for other people and for myself as well. So I kind of have learned a little bit of the best angles and little tricks here and there. So if you guys learn all these tricks today, remember to always practice it, and it will make a huge difference to your photography. And if you're a guy taking photo for your girlfriend, she'll be very grateful to you. One of my favorites is probably just the normal walking towards the camera. If you put your leg out like this more in front, right, it will look like it's slimmer. And remember, when you are posing, try to keep your feet straight. Don't do this or don't do like this. So try to just keep it straight, and it will look the longest that it possibly can. A very popular Instagram pose is they like to do side views like this also. And you can angle your feet out like that straight so that your body will be slimmer because it's the side view. Or you can do a back view as well, where it's like you're walking away and looking back. Hi, I'm just casually walking. Whoever is taking my photo is obviously very in love with me because I'm so cute. Sometimes you will have to take photos when you're sitting down, and I'm gonna sort of give you guys some tips. I think the most important tip of them all is to not kind of cross your leg like that, because that would kind of force your muscle here to be pushed out by your other leg, and it will just kind of look more fat. So usually the trick that models would do would be to just cross their feet like that and just try to extend it as far as possible towards the camera. And remember to always arch your back so that you have your little nice S-shaped thing going on. Obviously, when we're sitting down, we're worried about our belly area, will start bulging and stuff. If I have a jacket, I would use it to tie a knot around my waist. And then, ta-da! You cannot really see the fats anymore. Okay, so if you don't have a jacket, you can also kind of put your bag on your lap like this and just kind of really casually hold it so you cannot really see your waist anymore. Try to sit slanted like that, but keep your legs more towards the camera so that it will be just really more slim and easier to edit that way. And of course, when you're sitting in a group, right, kind of make sure that you're not sticking that close to your friends. It's really hard to edit yourself skinnier, because the moment you make yourself skinnier, you'll make your friends fatter. So do at least keep a little bit of space so that it's easier to just kind of edit yourself later. Do not ever cap your arms. You'll look very freaking fat. Just kind of make sure your arm is real lifted up. For photography wise, there's probably 2 rules. Don't tilt your camera. Keep your camera as straight as possible, or even tilted upwards, but never ever from the top down tilt downwards like that. Then you will look very stumpy. And then tip number 2 is to always have as little leg space as possible. And what that means is that you angle your camera lens such that it just almost cuts off at your feet, but not really. Camera lenses are round, right? So there will be distortion at the sides. So you want your legs to be distorted by the camera naturally so that it will look like it's elongated. So I'm going to show you guys some examples of why it makes a huge difference. This is an example of a bad photo. It will look like you are just shorter and not so slim, I guess. So once we tilt it downwards, you can see a huge difference. So let's just try that. Number 2, photo editing is a life skill. So I've talked about how I edit my face a few times before, but today I'm going to be talking about how to edit the body to make yourself look slimmer or taller. So watch and learn. I am just going to go to my Photoshop app. Photoshop is one of my favorite apps because I feel like the liquify function is probably the best. So let's just zoom in on my legs right now, and they look stumpy and fat. I edit my fatty thighs in a little bit. When taking photos, remember to try to at least have some gap in between your legs so that they just kind of will have some space for you to push in later. However, I don't want to make this too skinny because I will be extending the length later on, and if I do that, then it becomes even skinnier, so I will just kind of leave it to this amount of skinniness. Okay, so I've done with the shape of my legs, and now I'm moving on to my waist. So it's very easy, this one, to just Photoshop it in. And I usually try to make my shoulders a little bit broader because they tend to be very narrow for my big head. Okay, looking great. Alright, now to make my face a bit skinnier as well, because from a lower angle, your face will naturally just look a bit more fat. Make the hair bigger. And the hair bigger, the face will look smaller. We have done with the Photoshop part of things. So we're using Meitu Xiaxue, which is a China app. And they have this really good function, which is to elongate your legs. Okay, so I think it's under body shape. So right now, you can see there's 2 arrows. So I'm just going to select the area that is kind of the calf area, like that, and just kind of pull it longer. You can even make it shorter if you're ultra tall. Okay, so as you can see, it becomes a lot slimmer this way. So you can make it as tall as you want, really. Okay, so now I look ultra skinny. I just, okay, wow, now I look like a freaking supermodel. This is after Photoshop and this is after Meitu. I am going to try to edit a sitting down picture as well. This one, which is a pretty default photo. I do want to make the waist area smaller, but if I push it in, maybe the hand will look a little bit weird, I don't know. So this one, you just try to take a smaller brush and try to push it in like that. As usual, make my shoulders a little bit broader and my fatty arms smaller, and the arms here also a little bit fat. I think the arms are perfectly fine now. The waist looks skinny as well. And I'm also going to push out my butt a little bit more so that it's more like S shape, you know. Right now, I'm going to my legs, shifting in my legs, so that I look skinnier. Okay, trying to perfect it here. This is an art form. Alright guys, I think I'm more or less done with the body shape. Save to camera roll. Right now, I'm just gonna go into Meitu again. Okay, let's go under body shape again and height. And to try to elongate the legs. Wow, you're looking at that. Looks damn skinny and long, okay? Number 1, SVELTY is life. So as much as I love the previous 2 methods, they have their limits because it's still important to look good in real life so that you can look good in video, and of course you do want people who see you in real life not to be like you look completely different from your photos. And in order to help me with that, I use SVELTY. I was introduced to a Japanese diet and weight management supplement brand called SVELTY a while back, and so far I've been really liking it because their brand is all about promoting a holistic diet approach for the health conscious and for foodies who don't want to reduce their food intake but yet don't want to gain so much weight. So that is especially useful for people like me because I can never resist any food. So here I have some of their recommended supplements. We have the SVELTY Pakun Ease, which is a fat and carbohydrate blocker. And then we have the SVELTY Black Ginger, which is supposed to boost your metabolism and also enhance your body's natural fat burning ability. And then we have our SVELTY Smart Bacteria here, which is supposed to improve your intestinal health. And here we have our SVELTY Raw Enzyme and Ease Premium, which is supposed to improve your digestive health. My 2 favorites are the Pakun Ease and the Black Ginger. The Pakun Ease actually contains a patented ingredient called Liposan Ultra that's supposed to take effect immediately, and it also binds 3 to 5 times more dietary fat than chitosan. If you're wondering what chitosan is, it actually was a very popular Japanese dietary ingredient in the past. So now it's being improved and you don't need to wait 2 hours before chitosan actually takes effect. Now you can actually take Pakun Ease right before your meal and it will work immediately. And it also features herbal ingredients that will help reduce your body's absorption of sugar and prevent fat accumulation. You're supposed to eat it before before your meal so that it will break down your carbohydrate and sugar so that it will not be transformed into fats in your body, which nobody wants. There are actually many celebrities and actresses who use Pakun East, and Fan Bingbing is one of them. So a little interesting story is that Fan Bingbing actually went to Japan and she bought Pakun East by herself, and she posted about it on her Weibo. So the next day, Pakun East was just sold out everywhere. The SVELTY black ginger is really interesting because it contains 5 black ingredients: black ginger, and then we have black garlic, black onion, black pepper, and also black vinegar. It's supposed to improve your energy, metabolism, and production, and enhance your body's ability to burn fat. It's also supposed to improve blood circulation. So if you're one of those people who always feel very cold around your hands or your feet, this product will actually really help you. Both supplements actually help to promote healthy bowel movements, and here's a tip: they can actually be taken concurrently for better results because they both work differently. So in each of these boxes is actually a month's supply, and I took out my black ginger one, which I ate right before the shoot so that I will have a little bit more energy today. If you look at it, the little pills inside are actually really small and very easy to swallow, and they look like this. For the black ginger, you are supposed to eat it once a day in the morning before your exercise to help your metabolism, to perk you up, I guess. And I love it that the packaging is just very tiny as well, so you can just put it into your bag and bring it out with you. I've been trying out SVELTY in Singapore and it's worked really well for me, but I think that the worst for a diet is probably when you're on holiday because you're going to be eating a lot. So I am going to go to Fukuoka soon, and I'll be bringing my SVELTY with me, and I'll be vlogging about my experience, so I'll bring you guys along. Okay, so I'm here in Japan now with and Mom and Jess. Say hi. Right now we're gonna have our dinner, and I have got my SVELTY here, and this one will help me block some of the carbs and the fat that I'll be having in my meals. I'm not gonna share it with them so they can become fat. Okay guys, so today is the last day of my trip here in Fukuoka. I finally found SVELTY. Look at it, as promised, it is indeed sold out. So the most popular one, Pakun, there is still a few boxes left. The black ginger one for metabolism is really, truly, actually sold out. I'm not lying, I can't buy all of it, right? So, oh my god, it really is very popular in Japan, and oh my god, I can't believe it actually is sold out. I'm now at Don Quixote after my supper, and I found SVELTY as well. It is flying off the shelves, not much left already. That's a lot of them have been sold. 日本最新瘦身神药. You can see it won a lot of awards and stuff also. Wow, very carb heavy. I think Japanese food in general quite healthy, but still got carbs. So I'm gonna be as skinny as here. Bye. I'm back from my Japan trip, and I was taking SVELTY when I was there. So here's my review. I really like the SVELTY black ginger. I can feel it really did help my metabolism. I felt a bit more energized. It feels like my coffee replacement, I would say. And I just feel that it probably is burning more fats as I go along the day. Somehow this trip was just really, really carb heavy. So I was really glad to have my SVELTY with me because I ate my Pakun East right before my meals, and it was okay, help to block some of the carbs, and there was a lot of fats as well. As you guys know, sometimes when you go overseas, you tend to have constipation. But this trip, I had really smooth bowel movement. So if you guys want to try SVELTY, they are right now selling at all Guardians island-wide, and I would suggest you hurry up and go get them because they are really selling out like hotcakes in the Japanese and Hong Kong markets. I went to Japan, I went to check it out, and for real, SVELTY was actually sold out there. And for those outlets that I saw that still had SVELTY on the shelf, they were actually pretty empty, so people were actually really buying them. If you guys do try out SVELTY, leave me a comment down below to let me know if it worked out for you. I've heard so many people say they lost weight from eating the supplement, so I really hope it works for you guys if you do try it out. And of course, I hope you guys enjoyed watching the 2 other methods that I've shown you, which is to take good photos and also how to edit your body so you can look great online. And good luck with that. Thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!